Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid as gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So hey, how is it going?
Pretty good.
Cool.
I'm all hyped up on TikTok.
Yeah, same.
Yes. We are like boom, 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 boom.
Yes, you've been like posting crazy craze.
I friggin' love it. It's fun. It makes me feel like creative, and
that's fun.
It's all the memories, like I think of one thing, then I think of another, then I think of another, then I think of another. So,
but you guys should go check out our TikTok.
Yes, so-called whatever.
Right, you're gonna see more of us on it. I think.
Yes,
mark my word.
We have decided we're gonna show our faces.
I mean, you guys have seen our faces.
Right.
But like, there's going to be some things that are going to be off brand, but I think that that's okay because we're just going to have fun with it.
Right. I agree.
And,
excuse me, I just yawned. Well, it is 9:30.
That's what TikTok is about, though, is having fun. And it is 9:30. Yeah. We have been talking for like an hour and a half.
Right. We just need to catch up on stuff and yeah, we talk every day, but
right, exactly, but like not face to face. Well, this is on Zoom, but not face to face on Zoom.
Right.
And you guys, we have some more special guests lined up.
I know, I'm so excited.
We're not going to tell you who, but we're excited.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Jordan Night, but
right.
It's still they're
fun guests.
We're excited.
Yeah,
fun guests.
Yes,
and
they're fun.
You might recognize them from TikTok.
That's right.
So that's that.
That's wonderful. We've got a full dance card these upcoming weeks.
We really do. That's exciting.
I like it. Like we're going to be on another podcast and we're doing some guest spot, whatever you call them. The guests are coming on our show. Right. And we're going to talk about boy bands. We're going to talk about the 80s and 90s. We're going to talk about all that stuff. But
I'm ready.
I'm ready for 2021. And I want to do more, like at least once a month. I'm just putting it out there and putting it in the universe. Once a month, have a special guest. Once a month.
That would be nice.
I think that's doable.
Yeah.
And
totally.
It could be somebody who, has a great story. It could be somebody famous.
Right. It could be a new kid.
The guy from The Outsiders. I'd like to have him on there.
C. Thomas Howell?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What a dream boat.
I know, right?
Oh my God. So
Steve McDermott can come back on. I don't know.
He could.
Donnie Wahlberg could come back on. We would kill for that.
Donnie, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Are your ears ringing? Because we were talking about you.
Ring a ding 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 ding.
If that were the case, they'd be ringing all the time.
Ding 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 ding.
That is very of the season.
It is. Speaking of the season, we should get right into this episode.
Let's intro and get into it. This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey.
I'm feeling a little loopy because I'm kind of tired.
Me too. But sometimes we have our best episodes when we're like this.
Right. And
you know what I
still
mean?
have to do laundry tonight.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
I know.
Good God. No, thank you.
I know. So
I have to say, I am a little stuffy, you guys. So I'm sorry if like sniffles or whatever come across. I apologize.
It's all good. I was like that the last
there.
time. And I am feeling a little better. So that's
good. You look better.
I still have that cough.
Yeah.
Guys, I was so sick this weekend. Like I couldn't even stay awake. I couldn't even walk. Like my body was in pain. But it's like I had to have that like I don't know, happen.
Yeah.
And it got out of my system, and I'm feeling so much better this week.
That's so good.
Good news.
I'm in so much pain, but for different reasons.
Well, Peloton.
Oh, seriously, you guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I obviously didn't research it as much as I should have, but I thought I did. And I thought there was going to be like beginner, like beginner. Like
if you've never been on a bike.
If you've like never been on like a bike like that.
Right.
Because
if you've never
I've
been
on like a mountain bike.
Right.
And let me tell you, it is everything that I have in the morning to go down there and do that. But it's getting better. And I had people, Mandy cheered me on the other day because I had it on my watch, my Apple Watch. So she's connected. And so like you can connect you put your Apple Watch up to the Peloton and it does a little thing and
cool.
Monitors your heart rate and it's pretty cool. So, and then when I got done, she was like, yay. It was cool. So,
that's awesome.
So if you guys,
such a good cheerleader.
Yeah. If you guys have a Peloton, I think my name is Nikki 247. That's my old AIM name. My old AOL name.
That's your old AOL name.
My first AOL name was Nikki 247.
Mine was Brooke 842.
Yep. Nikki was taken.
As was Brooke. So we have
yes,
another holiday episode.
We do.
And I think that we should get into it because we were going to combine this with the last one, but then we were like, well, we talk too much.
Right.
So we made it into another installment.
Yeah, and I hope you enjoy it. So
we should get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So this episode, we're going to be talking more about holiday decor and holiday traditional memories, like traditions.
Yay.
More like just things we did in our case, because we celebrate Christmas for Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. And we welcome you to tweet us, to message us on Instagram, to whatever you want. We'd love to hear from you.
Group.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah. Duet us.
Yes.
Please. We would love that.
Yeah.
Duet us.
Definitely.
Please duet us because that's amazing. So the first item on the agenda to discuss.
Oh man.
Yankee Swap. Okay?
I'll tell you what. Yankee Swap. Not a huge fan.
I am not a huge fan. I would rather do Secret Santa. 100%.
Same.
I love buying gifts. I love getting the perfect gift for somebody. It's like my mission. And so I like that. I have a hard time with getting gifts for Yankee Swap that just get passed around. And then when your gift gets like passed around and nobody wants it, you feel like poop.
Right. So I have a little something, a little hint.
Oh.
For anyone that does a Yankee Swap.
Okay.
When you don't know what to get, but someone's always going to want it. Get like a bag, like a gift bag or something, or a little box. Put a bunch of candy in it and lottery tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Perfect. It's like the perfect gift.
Yeah.
So that being said, I still don't like them.
No.
I'll participate because I'm not like a you know, whatever you call it, Debbie Downer.
Right.
But I do prefer to do something like a Secret Santa, which is what we did when I was a kid.
Right. I never did Yankee Swap. I don't think until I was an adult. I don't feel like I did. I may have, but I don't feel like I did.
We did it one year. This was just a few years ago in my family. We did a Yankee Swap.
Yeah.
And that's actually where I got the idea for the lottery ticket because my cousin did that with lottery tickets.
Smart.
And that was what everybody wanted. That or like beer because that's just my family.
Yeah.
But I got a blanket. It was like I had a down throw.
Yeah.
And I think I packaged that together with like popcorn, like snacks, just like a couch type of thing.
Yeah. Like a lounging bag.
Right. And it was fine. Like it was moderately successful. It was only traded a couple times.
That's good.
The person that got it was my brother's girlfriend at the time, and I was pissed about that. But that's another story for another day. But
I will say that I always. Oh, sorry. Keep going. I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. That was the end of my story. But the lottery tickets was that was the big hit.
Okay.
Moral of the story, and that was the only time my family ever did it, and it'll probably be the last time my family ever did it.
When Bryn would do Yankee Swap, I would always get the best gifts because I would get stuff on clearance. Yeah, that was like regular price was like $20, and it was on sale for like $5.
Right,
and so she'd have like some of the best gifts.
So when did she do Yankee Swap?
Oh, she did it all through school every year. In school. Yeah. And I was concerned the very first year she did it because they were very young, and I could see that being an emotional thing. Like you get something and then somebody takes it from you. Yep. For kids, that's just,
Yep. For sure.
Feels. So I remember explaining it to her that somebody might take what you like. And that's okay. This is how the game is run. So don't get upset about it. But I remember I got a pair of headphones, like really cool headphones. I had they were over the ear headphones with scribbles all on the sides. And then another year I got a shower Bluetooth speaker. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So anyway, I feel like we may have done it in basketball season, but we did more Secret Santa basketball season. And then I think the first time I did it, and I could be wrong on this, but the first time I did it was this ornament swap. And I was really upset. Because I had this ornament that I absolutely loved and somebody took it from me. And I was like, this game fucking sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. So I don't think I think I did it again with the newspaper, but they called it a white elephant, and I had no idea what they were talking about. And I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I didn't know what they were talking about. So I had to ask somebody what a white elephant was. And I felt really stupid. And they were like, well, it's like Yankee Swap. It's the same thing. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, on to the next one.
So I had a similar experience with white elephant, though I didn't know what that was for a long time.
Okay, good.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, next one, school parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know that we had them.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remember exactly what they were, but I do remember dressing festive for them.
Okay.
Like I remember when I had Christmas ornament earrings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would wear like special Christmas earrings and like a I don't know, like a sweatshirt that had Christmas, or my New Kids on the Block Christmas t-shirt.
Oh, so cool.
And I'd put like, I remember my mom putting curling ribbon in my hair.
Oh, so that's so smart. Oh, so cute.
And I think we'd watch like like a movie or something.
Yeah. I
Stuff like
remember
that.
at Abraham Lincoln, like I just have this memory of the canned juice. And then we all went into the little auditorium that had these like little stairs, and it was all carpet, and it was by the library. And we sat and we watched a movie.
I loved that little auditorium area by the library.
It was so cute.
That's where I learned about the birds and the bees.
Excuse me? What?
That is where we had like a talk. I think it was in 3rd grade.
Oh, because you went to Abraham Lincoln. I went to Fruit Street. So
right. So I went to Abe Lincoln 3rd grade, and when they taught us about very mildly about like our bodies and how babies come about, the boys and the girls were separated. And we went to that like little theater area.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And that's where we learned about it. And I was like, what? Excuse me? Why am I hearing this? I am a child.
So I'd already heard about it because remember I told you my mom gave me that book that scarred me for life. Where did I come from? Anybody else? Anybody? Hands? Anybody? Because I still have that book, and it is, I would never give it to my kids. Never. I
don't think I've ever seen the book.
I will have to get it out and read it maybe sometime.
Oh my gosh.
On the podcast, I will read it.
Yes.
But it is disturbing, and I just remember thinking about my mom and dad like while I'm reading it, because they looked like my mom and dad in there, and I was like, why are you giving me this picture book of this? Like, what is this? This is bad. And it scarred me for life.
Oh man, I'm glad I didn't have that experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, school parties, I don't remember a lot about them, but
yeah,
I know we had them, and I know they don't have them anymore. Not here. Not in the public schools here.
No, they don't. No. Other holiday parties, I didn't really go to many until we were much older. Like, and we had a long standing, like we used to do, the 3 of us or 4 of us would have like a little Christmas at each person's house. It was like, I think I had kids, but I don't think anybody else did.
Yeah. But we did for a while.
We did it, and I really enjoyed it because we would go to each. We should do it again. We really should.
Well, we should, because like we would kind of do different things, but I have a picture of, I think, your 2 kids, and I'm sure Cameron was there.
Yes.
And like Sadie. Mason.
And Sadie was in a little, that was for Pete's birthday, I want to say. No. Yes.
A bumbo.
Yeah, she was in a bumbo seat. It was so cute.
They were so cute.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't do much for holiday parties when I was growing up, because our friends were our family.
Yeah.
And our family would get together all the time anyway.
Right.
When I say our, I mean like my parents.
Yeah.
And we would always get together Christmas Eve. Like the whole extended family, we would all see on Christmas Eve.
I absolutely loved that when you invited us to that. That was the first time I'd ever gone. And it was just amazing. I loved going. It was amazing.
You know what was there?
What?
I guarantee.
Those
mini Italians.
Brooke, I swear to you, I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh my gosh, they're so delicious.
I can't wait to have one.
They're so good. I might make some this weekend.
So my sister, you wrote this, but my sister used to have a Christmas party every year, and she'd invite
Yes.
like all my friends, all of both my mom's side and dad's side of the family, which we never saw my dad's side of the family ever. Just it would be at this Christmas party. Hell, my brother came one year. The brother I never knew about.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I remember.
That was a weird one. Because my friends were just like, "Oh my gosh, he looks just like your father." And I was like, I know.
It's true.
Yes, he does. So, yeah, she would make crab dip.
When I tell you it's amazing.
Yes. OMG.
Oh my gosh, this crab dip, I can taste it right now and I want it.
You know what? I will get the recipe from her and maybe we'll share some crab dip.
I would.
Before Christmas.
I would love that so much.
And some French bread.
Yes. And I'll make some mini Italians.
Oh. It will be our mini bubble COVID Christmas party.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So good.
So, also, I could not wait. Even when I lived next door, I couldn't wait to have my own Christmas party because my aunt always had the Christmas parties and like that kind of stopped when she got older. Sure. So I couldn't, and then my sister stopped having her Christmas party. I'm not really sure why, but it just like one year it didn't happen. Because I think she went away and then it just didn't happen again. So I was like, I cannot wait to have Christmas parties at my house. And this year I was like, I'm going to have the biggest Christmas party. And I bought all this stuff because I couldn't wait to have this Christmas party, this grand Christmas party. And then COVID. So yeah, thanks COVID. I appreciate it.
Next year.
So next year I'm going to have a Christmas party and it's going to be fun.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
The crab dip will be there. Yes. I will make it.
Yes. So let's talk about Christmas plastic tablecloths.
Oh my gosh. It just was a staple. Like it was always on the kids' table, like the card table that they put up for the kids and because they had to cover it with something. So they cover it with these it was like felt on one side.
Yeah.
And like plastic on the other. And sometimes it was like fluffy plastic. So you could like push it. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
So
I have one upstairs right now.
They always remind me. I have one. I think it was Nan's.
Yeah.
And still in like mint condition, I'm sure. And
they last.
Yeah. They do.
They last. I have one. I got I was living on Benjamin's Way. So probably 7 or 8 years ago, could be up to 10 years ago. And it's still in like perfect condition. And I put it out every year.
So cool.
But it reminds me of my grandparents. My Grammy always had one on her table in the kitchen. Seasonal.
Yes. Seasonal.
Had one. It's easy to clean.
Right. I can remember my Nan wiping it down and going boop, 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 like that.
Yes.
Like noise.
I love that noise.
Yeah. Zip, 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 zip.
So I love them and I loved mine.
And I've got a picture of one on the website. Target. So you guys go to the website. We've got a bunch of like cool stuff on the website. So go on the website and check out the different things that are on here. Plus we've got like a play-by-play of what we're talking about. So,
correct.
So then we're on to Christmas decorations.
Yes.
Which is a big thing for me. Like Nan and my mom were huge when it comes to Christmas. And we had little houses. They weren't that big, but they were decked out. Like
they were like and I said it in the last episode, I think. Your mom was always, because I spent a lot more time at your house than your Nan's.
Yes.
But your mom always decorated so nicely for the holidays, like every holiday. The holidays.
Like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter.
I love the little eggs in the tree.
Yes. Every year every holiday,
Right.
We
She'd
weren't
make it
even
a point.
Irish. Like,
but it doesn't matter.
Well, actually, we are Irish because I did that ancestry test, and I am.
Oh, but you didn't realize it.
But I didn't realize it. We didn't think we were at the time.
I am also very Irish, and I had no idea.
No clue. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh, here I was thinking I was like very Italian.
I can wear one of those shirts that say "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" now.
Hey, you can. Me too. I want a button.
I'm more Scottish than Irish, though. I'm way more Scottish, but yeah.
Yeah. So my mom, I feel like it was always the same with Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
And holiday decorations. But Christmas, like she goes all out. Even when she says she's not going to go all out, she still goes all out. Like I feel. But I love that.
Yeah, I do.
I don't have the patience, and I don't really have the eye like my mom has.
See, I don't either. Your mom has an eye, and my mom has an eye. Like, that's what I really missed. And I think I talked about it last episode. Like, I really wanted my mom to come over and be like, that needs to go here. You've got, look at what you got right here. This would be perfect right here. Because that's what she's really good at. So Kevin and I kind of winged it. I think I did an okay job. I'm taking pictures of everything.
I think that it looks amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, I was only there once for a short time, but I thought it looked great.
I put more stuff up since you've been here.
And I bet that looks great too.
I've got the hutch all decorated. And yeah. One of the things that was really exciting to me was that my mom would always decorate on my birthday if it was like a weekday. Because if my birthday was on the weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we would have my party usually on one of those days.
Yeah.
But if it was on the weekday, she would decorate for Christmas that day. So I'd always like get excited because it was my birthday and it was just a time to open all the stuff up, and I would help my mom. This was like one of the only things she like let me help her with.
Yeah.
I got to decorate the tree, which was like a big thing.
That's exciting. That was exciting as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so that was our tradition, December 1st. But I don't remember ever decorating before December 1st until I was an adult.
I don't think we ever did. It was December, beginning of December. And like my mom and me and my brother would decorate.
Yeah.
And he would lose interest before I would. I was actually in it to win it, like with my mom.
Yeah.
And I had my things I like to do. And
like what?
Like I had my own specific like projects, like items that I liked every year to set up.
Okay.
My mom had these like reindeer candlesticks.
Oh, cute.
And I would arrange them like they were reindeer. And then she had like a sleigh with a Santa that sat in it.
Oh, so cute.
I would do that, and I would make snow out of cotton balls.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we had our candles that my brother and I made candles.
Oh.
One year.
Like, did you make them at like that place?
No, we made them like at school.
Okay, I thought you know the place, the Colonial Times place.
Oh yes, no.
You could make candles there. Okay.
And it was, I think this was when we lived in Etna. So we were really little.
Oh wow.
And they had us make candles to gift to like our parents.
Oh, that's cute.
It was cute. And I will tell you, and this is awful for me to say, but it's just funny because it's true. My mom saves like all of our crafts, like holiday crafts. I shouldn't say all of them, but the ones that were special to her.
Yeah.
So like at Thanksgiving, like we have these turkeys my brother and I both made out of like plastic cups.
So cute.
My mom still has them. They're like 35 years old.
That's amazing.
But my craft always looked as perfect as I could make it. My brother's always looked like wah wah. And his candles were the same. His candles were all lumpy and like lopsided, and mine were like perfect sticks.
That's
so
funny.
I would always complain about his candles because they wouldn't fit correctly.
Oh.
And I had to stuff like tissue or something down in there to like keep them in there. But
Yeah.
anyway, now I feel bad because my dear brother, who just wanted to do a good job, and I used to give him shit for it.
Oh.
But that's what kids do.
That's what they do. I mean, and your brother probably gave you shit right back.
Well, in different ways.
Yeah.
In totally different ways.
Yeah.
But I did have to note though that he would sometimes try to get in on what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would get really mad, like very defensive of my thing.
Don't you touch my reindeer.
Don't touch my reindeer. Do not, because you're going to ruin it.
Yeah.
And so like that was always, but that was a sibling thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear Brennan Brody right now. See, I was an only child, so it was pretty much, but I mean my sister, but she had moved out and
right. She was much older.
Right. So it was all like, Nikki, you want to decorate the tree? Okay. Nikki, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And then I got to decorate Nan's tree. That I forgot about that. So Nan would wait and I would decorate her tree. I would go down and decorate her tree after. Which was awesome. So nice. And she would talk to me about all the ornaments. I don't have no idea where those ornaments went. I wonder where they all went. But Nan's tree was more of a themed tree. I guess you
like
would
a
call
fashion
it.
tree.
A fashion tree.
Like a
Hers
fashion
was
tree.
more of a fashion tree. Whereas my mom's tree was more of like a memory tree. But it was still beautiful. Like it was like a fashion tree with memories. Mine is just a mishmash of memories. It's like ornaments everywhere. I will actually post a picture of my tree. I'll post a video of my tree spinning on the website. I will put it on there. So color lights. Okay. I think that I feel like this was an 80s thing, that like it was all about color lights in the 80s, and then it switched to white lights in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because white lights were like
a little classier.
Classy. Yes, exactly. So my dad was very upset when we switched to clear lights because he loved color lights.
Yeah.
And I do have one little story about the big bulbs that were
I love this story. I'm familiar with this story.
So you guys know the large color bulbs, like the ones that like they'd have replacement bulbs in the thing with it because like they were the big bulbs. So one Christmas season, my parents started noticing that there were bulbs were missing. So they thought maybe like get an animal, like unscrew it. Like like
a raccoon came and they were like, I like this.
Think of who would be able to get up there and unscrew, because in some places they were like in weird places where they were unscrewed.
Right.
You would actually have to step on the flowers, which
Uh-oh.
So
don't step on, do not.
No, at my mom's house, do not step on the flowers. Oh my gosh, do not do that. So one day, like my dad just like opened the door. I think he was opening the door for the paperboy because the paperboy would always collect on certain days.
Right.
And so he was opening the door because he knew the paperboy was coming. And as he did, he sees the paperboy unscrewing the bulb on the thing. He was unscrewing them just to be an ass. Like, and my dad was pissed.
Of course he was.
Pissed. That
was disrespectful.
It was. So I don't know as if the paperboy was the paperboy anymore after that. He was like a bad kid. Like he threw switchblades at my friend and I.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, like when we were, or like threatened to do it. I don't know if he did it or not. You know the ones that like go like when you, those blades.
Like what are they called? Like ninja stars or something?
No, like it looks like a, you know, like a comb,
oh yeah,
like actually like a little knife.
Yeah, that is a switchblade.
Yeah. So but one of the funny things is, and I don't know if this is true for everybody, but we didn't have power outside. So my parents would run an extension cord from the house outside, like through the door, and then would like take blankets. I don't know if you remember this, Brooke. Nobody went out the front door. Like after, well, no, they did, because like the paper boy, they had to have opened the door. So I think that was the only time that anybody used the front door. Nobody actually used the front door anyway in my house. Like it was like a no, don't use the front door.
No, I always use the back door.
Right. But
I never remember going through that door ever.
No. Like even just recently, my mom was like, come on in. And she like opened the front door and I'm like, this is weird. Like, we're not.
What is this?
What is going on? So they would run the extension cord in. I don't know if anybody else has this, but on the bottom outlet, you would turn it on like a switch, like a light switch, turn on the outlet, and all the lights would come on. Because my mom would have it all like going to one outlet, which probably was a fire hazard. But so when we built this house, was like, I want to have candles in the windows, and I want to do that. I'm an idiot because I have a smart home. Like,
right.
Like I didn't need to do that. And so now it's just a more pain in the butt because we flick it off and then we realize because the Roomba is plugged into that and then the Roomba doesn't charge and the Roomba doesn't go. So yeah, that's my long story, my short story long. But yeah.
So colored lights in my house growing up, like we always had a real tree and we had like the little lights. Like I never remember us having the big bulbs.
Well, we didn't have them on the trees.
No, but I don't remember having them outside either.
Oh, okay.
But we always had on our tree inside the colored lights, like the little ones.
Yeah. Did you have the ones that look like flowers?
So I think my grandmother did.
Because Nan had those ones.
But my mom, like, we didn't.
Okay.
We may have, actually, the little flowers were attachments that would come off.
Yes.
So I feel like we maybe started, or maybe they did when I was very young and don't remember. But then the little flower attachments would like come off. And then at some point it was just like, that's not.
Right. Because like back then you reused your lights for like a decade. Like,
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Like maybe even longer than that. Like,
absolutely. I mean, I'm sure my parents didn't get rid of the lights until they got an artificial tree that was pre-lit.
Yeah.
In like the mid to late 2000s.
Right. Because that was like the rage. That was all the rage.
Yeah. So we always had those. Even in the 90s, we still had the colored lights. My parents switched to white for a short time.
Yeah.
Like after like we were out of the house. I don't know, not for long.
Yeah.
But my mom also, like when they lived in Old Town, had 2 trees.
That's awesome.
And one was downstairs with the colored lights, and that was like the family tree.
Yeah, that's what it's eventually going to be. We're going to have one downstairs and then a fashion tree upstairs.
Yes, and then the fashion tree was upstairs.
Yeah.
Now she just has the one because they have a smaller house, but anyway, I love colored lights.
Yes.
I would have them as they were back in the 80s if I could find them.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, we have a pre-lit tree.
Yeah.
Like an artificial tree. So, but it's LED and it's just not the same.
It isn't because like you said, it's a more warmer glow.
Yeah.
Than the LED. But I have found, I've gone through so many white lights to find the right tone. And I've found some LED lights finally that have the right tone, if you know what I mean. They're warmer. They're much warmer.
I know what you mean.
So I know exactly what you actually have them in my house right now. They're still not as warm as traditional lights.
Right.
But it's far better than like the bright white lights. Our pre-lit tree actually changes color. So it can be color lights, or it can go white lights, or it can go both and like fade off and on. And that's what I have it doing. So it fades, it goes white, and then it goes like color lights, and then it goes white, and then it goes color lights.
So mine does that, and it gives me a headache.
It does.
But mine also doesn't fade nicely. It's like, wah, 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 wah.
Oh, mine is very slow. It's like,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And as it's spinning.
I actually try to keep it on the white lights because I prefer that to the colored lights on my tree because I just don't like the colors.
Yeah.
But my daughter won't have that. She loves the colored light. So
Aww.
She's a kid. I let her have that.
Yes. Well, I mean, kids all love colored lights. I mean, because white's boring.
It's colorful and it's fun.
Right. When we switched to white lights, I was older and I was like, yeah, this is more classy. This looks, yeah.
Right.
So, we also had those electric candles in the window, like always. We always had those growing up. Always had the candles. Yeah. And Nan would have them. My mom would have them. So of course, when it was time for my first home, which was Main Street, which we bought enough for the windows there at AC Moore, I believe. That is no longer. And so we bought all those. And then when we moved to Broadway, my mom bought more, but brought like battery powered ones because some windows didn't have an outlet underneath because it's an old home. But this house has an outlet under every window. I didn't care. I was like, I don't care what it looks like. I want outlets everywhere. And I'm telling you, I'm so glad I did that. My only regret is that I didn't put one in the closet to charge my vacuum cleaner.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's my only regret.
Have one in my closet. I didn't. No, Pete actually put it in there for us.
I think that we still need our pantry to be finished. And they will be doing that next month. Kevin said he's going to see if he'll do an outlet in that, because like the other outlet's on the other side, so like there's power there already. Yeah. So it can be
perfect.
So yeah, I have the candles in. I put them up once, I think. Or twice. No, I put them up a few times next door. But then I didn't, because they would get knocked down by the kids, and I just didn't want shattered bulb everywhere, because that's what happened. And so I put them up this year, and one of them blew. And I made these like special like bases for them, because you know how they're wobbly. Like I took and I bought like a thing of wood, and I hot glued them to this thing of wood, and now they're stable. So they don't perfect. Because like if the dog went by, it wouldn't knock over so easily. So, but of course I did all that to all of them, and then one of them blew. Like not just the bulb, like the entire candle. So now I'm minus one candle in one window, because I have to get another one. So
same. I mean, but same for us. Like my grandmother always had them. My mom, always had them. Still has them. I have them. They just add a little something.
Yes. So next on my list, because it's a 90s thing, we never had this. But we always we're talking about tree toppers, or some people didn't actually use these as tree toppers. They just had them like hanging around. Right. And they're the big Victorian Angels. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like they're almost like a holiday Barbie, but like porcelain.
There's a picture on our website.
There is a picture on our website. It's actually for sale too. So if you want it, you can click on it and purchase it on Etsy. But my aunt, I think, had one, but she had it on a shelf. Like she didn't have it as a tree topper. And I was always like, oh, that's interesting looking. Like you may as well just put Holiday Barbie. Like Holiday Barbie would look so much better as an angel. Like why don't they just
play with her?
Right, exactly. But for our tree topper, we used one that my parents had forever. And it was a light. It was like a star, and it was from like the 60s.
So our tree topper.
I love this story.
So, okay. We never had one of those angels, P.S.
Yes.
But my parents, okay, our tree topper. When my parents were first together, so I don't know if it was before I was born or maybe the Christmas just before I was born.
Okay.
But anyway, my mom, they didn't have a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of anything. So my mom made the star for the top of the tree out of a piece of cardboard. And so she cut out a star shape out of cardboard and used like glue and gold glitter and like decorated it. So it was all glitter.
So cool.
And then she attached to the back of it a McDonald's straw. And like it was kind of like slit on one side, so you could like wrap it around like the top of like a branch, like on the tree.
Yeah.
And that was our tree topper for a long, long time.
That's amazing. I love it.
I'm talking like into the 90s, like.
So where did it go?
I think my mom threw it away.
Oh no.
If she still had it, if we had it now, it would be on my tree.
Of course
it would be on my tree top.
Of course,
absolutely, 100%.
Of course it would.
That star just, I loved it. I
want to see a picture. If you have a picture,
I'm sure there's a picture somewhere, and I
want to see it. This year, so we have a tree topper that we've had since we got married. And it's this star, like foam star, glitter.
I
and
love
it's got a little like a spring on it that you put on the top of the tree. Well, for years, we couldn't put the tree topper on the tree because our ceilings are so low. Like ceilings in Maine, and I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but they're like sometimes 10, most of the time shorter than 10-foot ceilings. Like, yeah, mine I'm talking like sometimes 8.
I think mine ceilings. Is 8.
Yeah. And so I think we have 8-foot ceilings in some places, and then some places we have 10. And where the tree happened to be the lower part. I think one year when we had a real tree, and we'll talk about that later, but when we had a real tree, we got it on top, and I have a picture of Bryn putting it on the tree. And so this year, Brody was the only person, because he's almost taller than Kevin now.
That's crazy.
To put the tree topper on, because Bryn couldn't reach it. And we couldn't hold any of them to put it on. So, like we used to. Right. And we couldn't get it on. We could not get it on the top of the tree. Because I really wanted to buy a new tree topper that it like projects out like the lights from the top. And it's like, it's me. It's,
it is you. It is 100% you.
I actually bought it because I asked Bryn if I could get it, because Bryn is she got very upset with me when I put all the ornaments on the tree. But she
why?
Because she wanted to do it.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't want to do it last year. So I did it.
And
then like the year before I was sick, or actually it was last year. I was like sick off and on last year. It was weird. They put the ornaments on, like they all put them on. And I like remember waking up in the morning and all the ornaments were on the tree. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. But I knew if I didn't do it, it wouldn't get done. So I just did it.
Right.
So anyway, we don't have a tree topper on there right now currently, but I think I'm going to sneak my new tree topper on it.
I think you should.
I think I might do it tonight.
Our ceilings. So when we bought our tree, because we'll talk about it, but we have an artificial tree. When we bought our tree, we lived in our old house that had cathedral ceilings.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter how tall the tree was. It could be 12 feet tall. It didn't matter.
Right.
So now, and we bought a nice tree and spent a lot of money on this tree. Then we moved into this house and the top of the tree touches the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's like a 7.5-foot tree, and we have like 8-foot ceilings. So
Yeah.
I don't have room for my tree topper.
Right.
So I put it, instead of on the top of the tree, I put it in the front of the top of the tree.
Oh, that's smart.
I don't have it on this year only because these cats climb the tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found Daisy like almost at the top the other day.
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh
I
my
don't.
gosh.
We only have the soft ornaments on there.
Yeah.
That's it for this year.
This is the first year that I put every ornament on the tree.
Normally I do, but not this year.
Did you see that? Oh.
Did
you see
that?
that?
Was like a bubble.
It went like this, like in a U. It
I just
started
saw
over
it go
here,
up here.
and it went like this.
Crazy.
So cool. There was something I was gonna say, but I forgot. It's fine. It wasn't important. There's the question I was gonna ask you though. It was important.
About the tree topper? About the cats climbing the tree?
No, I can't remember. I lost it. No big deal. I'll probably think of it tonight, like at 3:00 in the morning when I wake up.
You'll be like, oh, man.
And I get my glass of milk. I get my glass of milk. And so I say it right. And I always give Elvis a treat. So now he gets up with me every night. He waits.
Where's my treat?
He waits for me as I use the bathroom, and then I go and I get my glass of milk and and then I give him a treat, and he stays with me the entire time. It's so sweet. And then he cuddles up with me after when I go back to sleep.
Aww.
But I get up every night. Not exactly 3:00, but like sometimes like 1:30, sometimes 3, and because I have I'm old and I have acid reflux, and so
it happens.
Yeah. So anyway,
it happens to the best of us.
The next thing we have on the agenda is the Christmas village, and I always wanted a Christmas village. My grandmother never had one. My mom never had one because there was no room for one.
Right.
I just really, really wanted them. And I wrote here that they were Department 56 started in the 70s. So Department 56 was the one that really like came up with, I guess, the Snow Village, the Christmas Village.
Yeah.
They have the original Snow Village, and that's a collection of 6 houses, and it was produced in 1976. And then they just became bigger. But I have my own Snow Village, or not Snow Village, but Christmas Village. They're not, I think 2 of them are Department 56, and the other 2 are from the Christmas tree shop. And then I have Elvis Presley's I say Graceland because that's how they pronounce it in Memphis. And I would always say Graceland, and they'd say Graceland? You mean Graceland? So I say Graceland now because I've been trained to. And it's awesome, you guys. I actually have 2 because I got one, and the lights this year, they burnt out, the tree lights, and I was so upset. And then we found another one. They're really hard to come by, but we found another one on eBay, and Kevin's like, just get it, because this one was new in box, never been used, had never been used. It was just missing the top of the box, and they were selling it normally these sell for $200. So wow. I mean, it was still $100, but it was worth it. And now I have 2. So I said, Bryn and Brody, now you have one for each of you. And Bryn goes, you get the one with the burnt out lights, Brody. So yeah, that's my story. And I have a picture I have a video from my TikTok on my so-called whatever. Not my so-called whatever, on our website. Loopy.
So, I never had, well, no, let me rephrase that. My mom had a village. I don't remember much about the village.
Okay.
The village was not my thing. That was my brother's thing.
Oh, really?
Yes, he loved the village. He would set up the village. So, when I talk about the decorating stuff, that was his thing.
Oh, nice.
So my mom saved she still has her village She saved it for him.
Oh.
So I told her that I'll take it.
Yeah.
But she's going to put pieces of it up this year, I guess. I don't know. She wasn't going to, but then she decided to.
Good.
I have now, not because I sought it out, but my aunts have both given me Department 56 pieces that they either like don't have room for anymore, or I think in most cases it's they don't have room for anymore, or they're starting to like downsize.
Right.
And
can you imagine what that's going to be like when I have to downsize?
No, I can't. I can't. I really can't.
Oh God.
So I have my village. It's just a little village, but it's cute, and I have an ice skating rink, and I have Santa that flies around.
Oh, I love it.
And it's cute, and my daughter loves it.
I love it.
But I never really got into the village thing. I'm actually not really into the village thing now, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Sadie really loves it.
Yeah.
So it's fun to have a few pieces for her.
See, that was one thing we could set up next door. We have this like little
you had the like perfect spot
out, and it was perfect for a Christmas village. So Bryn and Brody, both of them, love to set up the Christmas village. And we had this house that I got at a yard sale that has LED lights that blink on and off. Like they go through the colors.
That's cool.
And it's really cool. I've never been able to find another. I think that one's Department 56. But I've never been able to find like other ones that were like sound and lights until this year. I guess I just wasn't looking for the right things. But yeah, we would always set it up next. It's a little bit harder to set it up here, but I've got it on the hutch. Some of it. I have Graceland on the fireplace. So that is perfect for it there. But yeah, like it wouldn't really fit with like other. It's just Elvis needs to be there.
Elvis is front and center.
That is correct. Yes. So we come upon the topic of the ceramic green tree.
Oh man.
Yeah. This is a touchy subject with me, but
this is the subject.
So my grandmother always had one of these ceramic green trees, and it was the big one because I guess like people would take the ceramics class, which I cannot picture my grandmother taking, just so you know. Like she didn't do stuff like that, but I guess she did back then because she had other ceramics things. Like I guess they would go as like a group of ladies, and you know, just it was Nan liked to entertain, so yeah, I guess it makes sense. But it was just funny to think of her painting the tree. But she was crafty, and I feel like so. Kevin said his grandmother's tree, the lights came out, and you'd put them all in. But my grandmother's tree, the lights were all glued, so they were all glued in.
Huh?
Take them out. Unfortunately, I did not get my grandmother's tree, unfortunately. But Kevin did buy me a small ceramic tree. It's still not the same. I really wanted to this year go and make one with Bryn, so she would make her own. But COVID, so you know.
Oh, right.
I'm not. I really don't want to put myself out there and like
I don't
know, be around other people. So I'll do it next year. Yeah. But yeah. So I have a picture of my small ceramic tree next to Graceland on the website, and with the elf and the shelf is on top of it.
Yes, it's a very nice touch. So I have a tree. My grandmother also had one. And I think that her lights came out.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened to her tree. So I have no interest in making a ceramic tree. I am not crafty like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at that estate sale on Ohio Street, they had one. I got
yeah.
it from then. And I don't think that it was, I think it was one that like was prefab, like a pre-made one. I don't think they made it because it came in its box.
Oh, nice. Maybe
Like
then
in its original box.
Maybe Nan didn't then.
Maybe that's just what people do now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And back then you could just buy them at like
Woolworths.
at like freezes.
Yeah, freezes.
Yeah. So, I don't know, but I have mine.
Sorry about my dogs in the background, guys. They're kind of crazy.
They're fine. They are kind of crazy.
Yeah. That would be Fenway. They want to be fed. Because they get fed in a weird, because Fenway's stomach problems.
They do get fed in a weird way. So I love my ceramic tree. That's it.
Is it a big one or is it a smaller one?
It's a big one.
I love the big ones. So to make one it's like $75. Holy
moly.
I know, for the large
wrong
one.
Business. I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, I know, right?
So mismatched ornament trend.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about when we talk about the fashion tree versus the
ornament tree, memory tree. Well, yeah. I guess this wasn't a thing. Like, I tried to do a little bit of research on this, and I guess like Hallmark started keepsake ornaments like maybe late 60s, maybe, I think it was. Now I don't really remember. But it wasn't like it is today where you go and even in the 80s, I don't think a lot of people did the keepsake ornaments. Like, I got an ornament every year, and it always was a representation of what was going on that year. So when I really loved the Dream Team, I believe it was the Dream Team because it was Larry Bird. I'm trying to think. Was Larry Bird on the Dream Team? Hold on.
Are we talking like 1992?
Yeah.
I don't think Larry Bird was on the Dream Team in 1992.
Yes. He was on the 1992 United States Men's Olympic basketball team known as the Dream Team. I questioned myself for a second because I was like, wait a second. But I loved the Dream Team. Mandy knows what I'm talking about. I had posters in my room of the Dream Team. I can't believe I did not remember that, you guys. That's like, that's awful. But anyway, Larry Bird. I have a Larry Bird ornament. When I played soccer, I have like a soccer ball, things like that. So, and then I have a Merry First Christmas Justin ornament because I was supposed to be a boy,
and you were going to be named Justin.
I hang it on my tree every year.
So I always got an ornament every year from my grandparents, like my dad's parents, or my Grammy. Really, I mean, she was the one that shopped. And I would get ornaments other times from other family members too, but every year, consistently, I would get an ornament from them, and it would always have my name on it and the year.
Oh, that's
and I have all of them. I have all of them still, and I received those for a long time.
Oh.
I think I was like until I was like 25.
Oh, wow!
I have a lot of ornaments.
That's amazing.
And some years, like my Grammy would buy like an ornament, and she would just buy whatever reminded her of me.
Yeah.
So like there'd be like an ornament set of like 3 kitties.
Oh.
So she'd give one to me, like, so one says like Brooke 1987, Brooke 1988, Brooke 1989. She'd like hold on to them for like the next year. We would get one ornament. They did the same thing for my brother, and also like my other cousins and stuff. But anyway, so that's how and why my tree is like that. Mine's I just have all these ornaments from memories.
And they're memories. Exactly. My mom started the same trend with my kids. So most of, I mean, we never had room until we got the spinning tree to put all the ornaments on. So now with the spinning tree, you can put them on the whole tree and it spins so you can see them all. But the thing is, the place I have the tree right now, you really could see all sides of the tree. because I kind of have it in a place that's like not near a wall. But yeah, so you can see a picture of my tree on the website.
I don't have a picture of my tree on there because this year is not a good representation of how a tree normally looks in the Christopher household. But yeah, and I just want to add, I even put up the silly like McDonald's ornaments.
Oh yeah.
Still. Oh yeah.
I don't
like
have
I still have
those.
Sebastian and Flounder.
I don't have those.
I have the Little Mermaid ornaments. I have the Cinderella ornaments when Cinderella was released in theaters again in like 88 or so.
Oh.
With Jacques and Gus, the mice.
Okay, I'm supposed to have them. I can't find them anywhere. I have the mice.
I have Oliver and Company.
And I had an Oliver and Company one too, and I don't know where that went.
My Oliver, until like maybe 2 years ago, it would still play the song when you pressed its belly.
No way.
Yeah, and that was from like the 80s.
Right. Oh my gosh.
I have an American Tail.
Fievel.
I have a little stocking with Fievel on it. I still put it on my tree. I still put them on my tree.
You should because those are memories.
They just remind me of that stuff of like being a kid and we would play with them.
Right.
So anyway, I love that.
I do too, Brooke. Like I love my mismatched tree. I don't think I'll do a fashion tree unless I have 2 trees. So there.
You said it.
The other thing that reminds me of the 80s and 90s are those like soft thread ornaments.
Yeah.
They were like silky to the touch.
They were.
I have one on the tree and it's first Christmas. It says 1979. So I do have it's not for a girl or a boy. But yeah, I have one on the tree right now. And there's a picture on the website of what they look like so you guys can reminisce.
I have one on my tree. It is from my Grammy from my first Christmas. And it says like 1980 granddaughter first Christmas or something. Something to that effect. And it has my name written on it. Like she wrote with pen or something.
Oh, that's nice.
And I still put it on my tree and I love it. And I put it like in a very like high honors spot on the tree. You know those spots on your tree.
Yes, I do.
One thing I want to say about those soft thread ornaments though is that if one of the little threads gets pulled, it's all over.
Really?
It just looks terrible. And then if a little bit gets pulled, the whole thing is going to unravel at some point.
I'm lucky that I don't have those. They're not that one. I just have that one. So
my one from my Grammy has a little thread that's pulled on it, but it's been pulled on it for years, which is why I put it like up so high.
Yes. So it won't get
that nobody can touch it.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Touch it.
Yeah.
So real tree versus fake tree.
Right. We never had a real tree growing up. Like we never had one.
We always had a real tree.
I always wanted a real one so badly. Would beg my parents, please, this year, let's get a real tree. I wanted to go out. I wanted to pick the tree. I wanted to cut it down. I don't know what you did when I didn't know then what you did to get the tree. So we always had a fake tree. Probably the same tree from like the 60s all the way through. Which seems like so long, but if you think about it, it's not that long. It's only 20 years. And Kevin and I will be together 20 years on the 16th.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So anyway, when Kevin and I got together, I told him my dream of having a real tree. He always had a real tree. The first couple years we did a fake tree just because we were at that apartment and it was kind of hard. But then we got a real one and I was so excited and it was so messy and the dogs were eating the needles and they were pooping out the needles and they were throwing out the needles. And I was like, no, I got it 1 year and it wasn't that bad. And then the second year it was really bad. So we were like, never again. And their sap got like on the ornaments and I mean, it was fun to go with the kids and pick out the tree, and that was fun. And we had it tied with fishing line to the banister because the kids, we were afraid they were going to like
knock it over.
Yeah, but there were pine needles everywhere. Oh my gosh. It was like half dead when we got it. So
we always had a real tree growing up. And my dad would go pick it out. It wasn't like a family event or anything. My mom would just like send my dad down to the tree place on Broadway.
Yep.
And he would come back with a tree. But my dad is very tight with his money. So if a tree was a little ugly or misshapen or something and it was cheaper, he would be the one that would be like, that's fine. Like, I'll get that one. I'll save myself $10 or whatever.
Oh gosh.
So my mom, like, we always had opinions about, and I say my mom always had opinions about the trees that my dad would bring home. But it was a thing. It was every year. It never changed. Every year she would be like, I should have just gone. I say this every year. I should just go, but then I don't. But one year he brought home a tree, and I am not kidding you when I tell you it was a ball. It was a round ball.
Oh my gosh.
It had no top.
Oh my gosh.
It was a ball. And it fell over.
Oh no.
At least 2 or 3 times.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Ornaments broke. Huge mess.
Oh, no.
Huge mess.
It wasn't worth it. But it wasn't worth it.
Well, then finally they like put it up with wire.
Yeah.
They like attached it to the wall with wire. And I remember, like, I specifically remember my mom saying, like, why didn't we do that in the first place? Like, why are we not doing that in the first place? But she was so mad. But it was a legit ball, and it was huge. It wasn't like a small ball.
Oh, I can picture it. I can picture it.
It was a huge ball. So they do artificial now because it's easier for them.
Yeah.
We do artificial. I want a real tree. I would love to have a real tree. My husband won't do a real tree.
Mm-hmm.
He's afraid of it being a fire hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Because he used to do like volunteer firefighter thing, and so he's seen many fires, and I get it, and that's a scary thing, and that's a scary thing for him. So I will give him this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. As long as we have a nice artificial tree, I'm fine with having an artificial tree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to get a new one soon because I do want a proper tree topper, like on my tree.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
But the ball tree was so memorable.
So we already talked about tree toppers, but this is like about crafty ornaments. And I was reading this thing that was talking about the popsicle stick angel made out of like toilet paper roll. No, sorry, the tree topper that's not popsicle sticks. The tree topper that's made out of the toilet paper roll that you could like put on the top of the tree. I made this angel out of paper and a popsicle stick that I still have, and I made it in CCD class, and it's out there right now on the tree.
Oh, I love that.
Yep. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of ornaments that my husband's mom had made, like when they were kids, like when her kids were kids.
Mm-hmm.
We have them. I do put them on the tree in normal years.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have I don't have. My mom has still ornaments that I think she made again, like back when they didn't have a lot.
Yeah.
And she would it looked like a kit of some kind, and she would you cut out the fabric and sew it and then stuff it. They're like little pillows.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen those.
Yeah, and you could still see on some of them, you can see the lines, the dotted lines where you cut.
Oh.
That's how I know that's kind of how they are. I also used to like to make ornaments.
It's fun.
So I would make these ornaments out of yarn and Q-tips.
Oh.
And my mom still has them.
Oh my gosh.
And I would just like weave like Q-tips with yarn in like festive colors, and then add a big piece of yarn and pop it on the tree.
That's so
And I'd also
cute.
find like little boxes. Actually, I know my mom still has a couple of these. I'd find like little boxes, like little ring boxes or something, and I'd gift wrap them.
Mhm.
And I'd do like a ribbon and everything and hang those on the
So
tree.
cute.
And my mom definitely still has at least one.
That's
Possibly
adorable. That's adorable. I actually have kept all of the crafty ornaments that the kids have made. And they have these adorable little angels made out of clothespins. And it has like their head. Like they took a picture and it's their head. And then it's like a doily on the back. It's so freaking cute. And like, because they both have the same teacher. So each of them got to make one. So I have one for Bren and one for Brody, and they're adorable. I love all the crafty ornaments they made. So
I know those are my favorite.
The next thing is remembering the 80s and the 90s. When one light went out, all the lights went out.
Yes.
And I don't think that's the case now. Possibly?
No, because the technology is different.
Yeah. I can remember.
I don't get it, but
my dad was in charge of the lights, like making sure that they were all on and stuff like that. Sometimes. And I can remember my mom swearing, like, it just like maybe it was my mom that was actually doing all the stuff, but there was swearing involved because the GD lights wouldn't turn on and they didn't know which light it was. Right. And they didn't know if the one that they were adding to it was a mess. So
it was a mess.
I bought this thing and it's like a tester.
Yeah.
For your lights, but I don't need it because I guess
I don't think that happens anymore.
I don't think so.
I just remember Butch getting mad.
I bet.
Like, I remember Butch getting mad. It didn't happen often, but I do remember him getting irritated with lights at points.
Mm-hmm.
But it would all get worked out somehow. It's all good.
So,
oh my gosh.
No, I always wanted this. I always wanted to do my window with it. And
my mom used that.
I was never allowed to have it. And my mom was like, it's such a mess. It's such a mess.
She was not wrong. It was a mess. But I remember my mom doing it, not every year, but there were several years.
Mm-hmm.
She'd spray it on our windows.
It's just cute.
It was cute. It was fun. It was really cool. Like, as a kid, that was cool.
Yeah.
As an adult now, I'm like, no, that's messy.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No. It's like making slime. No. Also, another memory are those big plastic snowmen and the big plastic Santa with the one light that went in the bottom.
Yep.
And somehow managed to glow magnificently, as I wrote, with that one bulb. It was amazing.
They did.
But you said your mom still puts hers out.
My mom still puts her Santa Claus out.
That's
I think
amazing.
It was my grandmother's, but she has it now. I will have it one day. But she still puts it out. She doesn't put a light up its ass, but she and it doesn't go outside. I think she used to put it outside when we lived maybe on Grant Street.
Yeah.
Because we had like a covered porch.
Yeah.
But no, it's still in the house.
That's so cool.
She still puts it out every year. It doesn't stand up well.
Yeah, that I always wanted one because I thought they were cool. And then they had like the candles that were like the same thing. They had like I don't know if you remember those, the big candles.
No.
They were big plastic candles. I think those came later.
I don't remember those. No, yeah. I don't remember those.
I can remember a family in the gardens had them like on their one on each side of their walkway. I was like, pretty. Oh, those are cool. I mean, it was just a big plastic candle with a light up the bottom, but
to light up its ass.
Yes.
I know I'm punchy. Okay, those plastic popcorn decorations.
Yes.
So can I tell you, I had completely forgotten about those.
I remembered it when we were talking about Halloween stuff or something. I can't remember what we were talking about. And I remembered too late, like my grandmother would have them for each holiday. So she'd have like a big 4-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day, and she'd have like an angel with a heart for Valentine's Day, and like a turkey for Thanksgiving Day, and she'd put it on her front door.
Yeah.
And she had a couple for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But I always liked them. I always thought they looked really cool.
I think my Grammy had some. I only say that because I saw a picture and I was like, those look very familiar. Like I know those.
Yeah.
And I can only think that it would have been my Grammy.
I thought I had put a picture.
Well, you had, and it's not here now.
I will put a picture of it on the website.
Okay.
Because I had a picture and somehow it's gone. So I will put it back. I think it's gone because I added these two things.
Uh-huh.
Because I had to add these two because I totally forgot. So the two things I added, and I don't know if anybody else has these, but I had this Mickey's like animated clock shop thing, and it was like, I can't believe my mom bought it because it was so like intricate and so like,
right.
There was a carousel and then there was a clock shop.
That sounds so cool.
I put videos of how they work. They're kind of broken.
Videos don't work.
They don't, because they will. I haven't put them live yet.
Oh.
Yeah. I haven't put them live yet.
Okay.
So when I just didn't want them on because people would be like, why are these on here?
What's this? Right.
So,
okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I just have to.
Oh, I can't wait to see. Wait to see.
Yes. So, then I have my bell ringing Santa, my bell ringing walking Santa. So one Christmas, my Uncle Sankey, who I talk about a lot, he was my great uncle. He got me this Santa Claus and a porcelain doll. I'll never forget it. He absolutely loved me. Like, he would get me things all the time, like this. Right. And I adore this walking Santa. He is broken in many places now. So he can just stand there and look pretty now. He can't really, he can work, but like his leg is entirely broken. I don't know how it happened. I've got to glue it. I'm going to try to glue it and see if that will work.
Right.
But my dog was terrified of him. Buddy was terrified. And he would like yelp because it goes ding, 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 ding. And then it goes ring, 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 ring. I have a video. So
I love it. You
can go and look at it.
I love that.
But yeah. So if anybody else has the bell ringing Santa, I would like to know, because that is a memory. I've turned that on every Christmas. So we're coming to the conclusion of this. This definitely could have been 3 episodes.
Yeah. Definitely.
We asked you guys some holiday food memories that we forgot on Instagram, and you guys answered. So
yes.
Yo 80's baby, yo _80's _baby said beef tongue.
Gross.
Never had it. Never had it.
I don't want it, but
to each their own though. It might be you. Yes.
Maybe you like that. That's cool. DC Gorby added butter spritzer cookies.
Yes.
Or is it Spritzer?
It might be Spritzer, and I wrote Spritzer.
Well, is it pronounced Spritzer?
I'm not sure.
It would be spelled the same way. Anyway, I don't know what these are.
Yes, I don't either. I should Google them.
So maybe it's a regional thing.
I'm gonna look butter. It's butter Spritz cookies. I see butter Spritz cookies. Oh, yes. They're like butter cookies. They're like trees, or like
are they like the ones that come in the tin?
I don't know. But I've had them before.
Oh, okay.
They come in different colors, like, yeah.
Oh, neat. Okay. Yum. I could go for a cookie right now.
So Jess _Mitten says I can't say it.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, Ferrero Rocher chocolates.
Yum.
These, you were bougie if you had these chocolates.
Oh my God, these are so
good. You were like high class society if you had these chocolates. Yes.
Oh my God, they're so delicious. Actually, I was just thinking about these yesterday because every year for Christmas, I have an aunt that gives me like a huge box of them.
Oh,
I know. I love them. I do not need them.
No, I don't either.
But
no.
I love them so much.
They're so good.
And I could taste one. I had a coffee that tasted like one. That's why I was thinking about it.
Oh. You had a coffee that tasted like one?
All I got was a medium hot coffee from Dunkin' with 2 cream and 2 Splenda and a shot of hazelnut. Not the swirl, but just the shot.
Yeah.
So there was no chocolate in it, but it was just that hazelnut with the sweetness from the artificial sweeteners in Splenda.
Yes.
That made it kind of reminiscent of that flavor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I could go for one of those right now. And then I realized it's Christmas. I will have some.
There you go.
So Mandalina 3,
Mandy
said popcorn tin and the shortbread cookies in a tin. Yes and yes.
Yes. And sometimes those shortbread cookies weren't shortbread cookies. It was a sewing kit. Sewing
supplies, buttons and
thread. I had a friend that had a sewing kit in hers because I was always like, oh, I want some.
My grandmother did.
Oh,
I actually think I think maybe both grandmothers did. Those are not cookies.
No.
Those are buttons and threads.
So Donna Swellen, I think Swellen, says rainbow candy canes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Anne chocolate covered cherries.
Yes.
Okay, so there's chocolate covered cherries, and then there's like there's the ones with the clear filling, and the cherries are my favorite. I don't like the cream ones.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't really like any of them.
I like the ones with the clear filling and the cherries.
So that is, it begins with a C. I think that brand. There's 2 brands.
Oh, look.
And I don't think it's Queen Anne, but I think it's the other one because my mom prefers the one that's clear, not the cream.
Okay, so the Queen Anne are the cream. Yes.
So it's like Celia's or something. Those ones are the clear, and those are the ones that I get my mother every year since I was a little child.
No, I think the Queen Anne ones are the ones that I like. I just meant it was like liquidy. It may not be clear. It's like kind of clear. The ones that like don't have the liquidy stuff, it's just like white.
Yeah.
I don't like those ones.
But those are like a staple at Christmas.
Yes, I totally forgot. I get those in my stocking like all the time. Should have added that to the list.
Yes. 1181 Chris added Star Crunch. I don't know what that is.
Does she mean like Little Debbie Star Crunch?
I don't know.
I used to like
Is that
those.
a thing? Oh.
Yeah. They were like a little crunchy, like Rice Krispie kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but
Sarah Crawford Smith says homemade Chex Mix and trail mix. I always love a good homemade Chex Mix.
Same. I never had it until, well, I don't think we ever made that, but as an adult, my ex-boyfriend, that was a huge thing at the holidays with his family. Like his mom would make huge batches of homemade Chex Mix, and it was delicious.
I forgot. My sister would makes huge batches of it's called bark candy. Do you remember that? It was like it's so good. It's not what you think. It's not peppermint bark. It's not that kind of bark. It's like my mouth is I'm salivating thinking of it. I gotta make some. So the next one.
Leonardi866_. Yeah. I hope I said that right. Chocolate whipped cream. I don't know what this is, but I would like to try it.
I would love some chocolate whipped cream. Thank you very much.
I would like it right now. I would like some chocolate ice cream with chocolate whipped cream and hot fudge. And chocolate jimmies. I just want like 4 shades of brown in that bowl.
Sounds good.
So good.
Tara Young 84 says cheese logs, cheese balls, and cracker trays. You had me at cheese.
Cheese, and crackers.
Yes. I love a good cheese ball. I love a good pub cheese. I love a good cheese from Pilot's
Grill.
Yes.
Pimento cheese.
I'm all about the cheese and the crackers.
Yep.
So
then we have a story.
Yes. Thank you, Stacy.
Stacy sent us a holiday memory. And want me to read it?
Yeah.
All right. She wrote, a few of my favorite Christmas gifts from the 80s were my Cabbage Patch dolls, a cheerleader doll named Kimberly, Nintendo game system, keyboard, and boombox. One of my favorite traditions would be from the late 80s and early 90s. My mom and I would pick my grandma up and we would drive around looking at all the lights and decorations. I loved doing that.
I love doing that too.
That was a huge thing when we were kids.
Sometimes in your pajamas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we would, and like if, as a special thing, we would go through McDonald's and get chocolate shakes.
Oh.
Yeah. That was special.
That is like super special.
Maybe French fries.
Oh. I know. Yeah.
I'd
go for a chocolate shake and a French fry right now.
I would too. Does Kevin want to go for us?
If we were here, he would go for us. I know he would.
Well, I brushed my teeth so I wouldn't eat anymore.
That was a long episode. Didn't mean to be long. Sorry, guys.
Lot to cover.
Hope you enjoyed it. And follow us on TikTok.
Come find us.
Yeah.
Duet us.
Yeah.
Comment, follow,
right.
Like, share.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you. We'll be loving you forever.
100%.
And until next week. Bye.